Welcome to our channel. My name is Balram Prasad and I'm working with Microsoft as a senior software engineer. And in this demo, we are going to see that how we can copy data from a SQL Server database, which is on-premise database, that is not Azure database, to Azure Blob or storage or Azure Lake using Azure Data Factory. And same thing will be applied if we do with Synapse Analytics also, because internally the pipeline thing is the same as Azure Data Factory. So in previous video, we have set up self-hosted integration runtime and we have connected to Azure Data Factory. So we will leveraging that part in this video, and we are not going to rehost once again integration runtime. You can refer that video from previous and we can go ahead and use that integration runtime to copy. So let's go into Azure portal and let's start for this demo. So for this demo, we are in Azure portal where we have Data Factory and we have a storage already there. So let's go ahead and launch the Data Factory Studio. And in previous video, we have set up a new integration runtime, which is self-hosted runtime, which is right now up and running with this connected to this ADF. And we have also one SQL Server installed on local machine to see how we can connect this on-premises database to cloud, and we can pull the data and put into a store. So that's what we are going to do right now. And let's go ahead and create a pipeline. And then we can use the copy data activity and we can put the name at copy data on to blob or lake. Let's put that, and let's go to source section. And in source, we do not have right now any source, so let's create new. And in this section we are going to use SQL Server. So in this case, we have seen manage SQL instance in Azure. We have Azure SQL instance and we have SQL Server. So this will be SQL Server because this is on-prem. This is not an Azure related to. So let's go ahead and click on the next. So now we have to create linked service for that one. Right now we do not have any linked service. So let's go ahead and create linked service and let's put the SQL Server name on-prem, right? And if we go and put the names of this SQL Server, like suppose we have name of the SQL Server name is that, and let's create one database inside that one, right? Suppose we have a software SQL database. Okay. So if I put database name and I put the details, let's see that I have details for this software admin and password. We can go with on Windows authentication and also details. Let's go for SQL authentication right now. And let's put the details. We can go with Azure keyword password and other things. If we click on the test connection, let's see what is the error message is coming right now, because I don't think this auto resolve integration runtime is going to connect this server because this server is not into cloud. So let's wait and see that this connection got failed. It say that, hey, this is not could not be resolved because the DNS is not able to resolve. So let's go and change this one auto to software demo IR, because this IR we have set up, and this IR we did in set up into local network and local machine, so that it is going to connect that one. So let's see the details now. It's the same thing which we have given the details. Let's click on the test connection. So now test connection is successful. So that is why we required this self-hosted runtime if we wanted to connect with private networks in your corpnet or office network and another thing. So right now we created, now it is going to load table name, but we do not have any table right now created. So let's go and create one table and then we will insert some of the records over there. So we are going to create dbo.imp table and we are going to insert few records over there. So now if we refresh this page and we go inside that, we are able to see the details for EMP table. We have a couple of records over there. If we go into Azure portal and refresh this table, we should be able to see that table name. So if we go into dbo.imp, so let's select that one. Import schema will be for connection stored. Let's click on OK. Now we have all the details. Let's go and syncs data set we do not have. Let's create the sync data set, and sync data set, as we have created our lake is there. Let's go into lake, and this is hierarchical namespace, so gen2 is there. And in the container we do not have right now, so let's put a container called data, and let's go back and let's select gen2, and let's put into delimited text the data which is going to be, and let's put the emp file name, and let's create a new linked service for Azure storage, and then we can use the account key method only. And let's select that lake, and let's create this connection. Now we can say that first row should be header, and we can select that, and let's create a folder also. If we want to inside data, if we want to create a imp folder, then it will go ahead and put into imp. So let me put the imp also, or we can browse and put it from here. So let's click on OK. Now we are set up with all details. Let me publish that, which will publish our data set and our pipeline. Now we can go and trigger now to see if it is working and able to connect and able to pull the data from on-premise system to our blob. So let's go ahead and let's go to monitor section where we can see the pipeline is progress, and let's see what happens over there. It got succeeded, and if we see the details, and if we see there are two row retains, and we have read two row and two row because we have anyway two rows only. So if we go into imp folder, we can see the dbo.emp.text, and if we read that, we can see that whatever details are there. So this is how we can connect on premises systems, and we can pull the data with the help of self-hosted runtime. If you see type self-hosted runtime, and you can find the details how we can set up self-hosted in the previous video. So we can go and see if you want to see what activity ran on that one. So we just ran that copy active prime on-prem activity on this demo IR. So we can see. Thank you.